Congratulations, Bentworth graduates of 2020. I'm Justine and I graduated from Bentworth in 2002. And I'll tell you a quick little story. My current job right now is making YouTube videos. I am a professional YouTuber and it's really crazy to think about because I graduated in 2002. YouTube wasn't really a thing until 2005. I joined in 2006. So this job that I currently have right now was something that did not even exist when I graduated high school. And what makes me so excited about our future generations is the jobs and careers that you guys are going to create that don't even exist right now. One of the things that I've learned along the way is to never let your goals be set in stone. There are so many things that have come up throughout my life that if I would have stayed set on one single goal, that I would never be where I am today. There are so many amazing opportunities out there. So go out, experience all that this world has to offer as much as you possibly can. And don't be afraid to create a job or a career that doesn't exist yet. Again, congratulations and good luck.
Good evening, parents, families, friends, teachers, administrators, board members, and our distinguished graduates, the class of 2020. It is my very great pleasure to welcome you all here tonight, and we celebrate and validate the class of 2020. This class will experience a graduation that no one before them has experienced, and there's a high probability that no one after them will experience either. In the beginning of the year, during senior class meeting, I made this statement: no class before you or after you will have the vision of this senior class, the class of 2020. Many students chuckled and told me, Mr. Marvin, that was a poor dad joke. And I agree. Many of you had a clear vision for your life, and for some, your life was coming into focus. During these uncertain times, it seems that life has been blurred. COVID-19 has blurred your goals, your dreams, your futures, and your vision for your life. I want to remind you tonight, don't be shaken. Have faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Life doesn't have to be clear for you to keep your vision. Helen Keller said, the only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision. Stay strong. Keep your eyes firmly on the goal, not the mistakes, not the fear, not the process. Focus on the goal. I extend my warmest congratulations to all those receiving their diplomas today and acknowledge the support that have helped you along the way. A graduation ceremony is always a special occasion, the culmination of years of hard work, the actualization of goals attained, and the acknowledgement of successes achieved. So it is only fitting that tonight we commemorate the road that you all have traveled together these last few years. So at this time, let us prepare to honor the class of 2020. I would like to introduce Haley Ann Lusk, class salutatorian.
Thank you, Mr. Martin, Mr. Marvin, faculty, parents, and students who made these last 4 years everything that they were. It is an honor to be a part of this celebration as your salutatorian. Well, class of 2020, we did it. We have accomplished one of the greatest milestones of our lives, and to think we did all of this during a national pandemic. We are turning the page to the next chapter of our lives, and I truly cannot wait to see what is in store for each and every one of you. As we take this next step forward, we need to think about the person we want to become, what is important to us, find the spark in ourselves to make a positive change, and the values by which we want to live, and how we want to be remembered. I have been so fortunate my entire life to have my family by my side through everything. These past few months, we have had the opportunity to be able to spend a lot of quality time together, to really reconnect and make some lasting memories. As a family, we have spent a lot of time sorting through the countless childhood artifacts my mother has saved from when I was younger. This actually took a substantial amount of time because my mom had saved every project that I created while learning the alphabet in preschool, to multiplication quizzes, spelling tests, and random worksheets that I completed all the way to at least 5th grade. But that's what moms are for, and it definitely gave us a few laughs. One thing that I found was an essay I wrote titled, "My Hero Is." I chose to write about my dad, and here's what I said. My dad is my hero. He is loving and caring because he is always there for me and my sister. He always puts his family first. My dad is very inspiring to me. He pushes me to do things out of my comfort zone. He is a person that someone would look up to. I know I do. Those are the reasons my dad is my hero. Maybe one day I can be just like him. Thankfully, my spelling and writing abilities have improved immensely since I wrote this. But honestly, I couldn't have said this any better. My dad still is my hero. He's the one that picks me up when I am down and the one who always finds a way to make me smile. And I honestly don't think I could live without all of his not so funny dad jokes. My dad is not only the person that has supported me in all my endeavors, but he is someone that I look up to and aspire to be one day. Class of 2020, who do you want to be? I must also mention how much my mom means to me as well. I can truly say that I wouldn't be giving this speech today if it wasn't for her. Out of all the people in my life, my mom has always been my biggest supporter, my hardest critic, the one who pushes me the most, and most importantly, my best friend. I cannot count the times she has stayed up with me while I've crammed for a test, or encouraged me when I had put off an assignment until the last minute. I admire her dedication to her community, church, and our family. She has taught me the importance of putting family first without question. She has also shown me what it means to be a loving and encouraging mother to my children one day. Everything that she does is always done with pure kindness, and I think that is the one thing that I admire about her the most. She repeatedly reminds me to be true to myself and be kind. I don't think I could ever repay her for the support she has shown me and everything she has taught me in how to live a meaningful and happy life. My mother is a representation of all the things that are important to me: family and efforts to always be kind. Class of 2020, what is important to you moving forward? Looking back at who I was growing up, I never thought I would be the one to stand and speak in front of all of you today. Ever since I was little, I have struggled with being overwhelmingly shy, as many of you are aware. I never had the courage to put myself in situations that would put me in the spotlight. Therefore, I always found it easier to bury myself in schoolwork instead of participating in social activities. There have been many teachers along the way that have contributed to my academic success, but there is one particular teacher that has left a lasting impression for many reasons. When I think back to my awkward middle school years, I was stuck inside this box that I couldn't break out of without changing everything about myself. It was the kindness and support of my 8th grade art teacher, Miss Berkeley, that helped me gain the confidence to run for student council president. Although I didn't win, it was the first time I willingly stood in front of my peers to give a speech on how I can improve the school community. This whole experience was a pivotal point in my life. I remember thinking to myself that I no longer wanted to hide behind my shyness, but push myself to overcome it. I had found a spark in myself to not only want to make a positive change in my community, but to make a change in how I was perceived by the world. So thank you to Miss Berkeley for your kindness and support. With all of this in mind, my journey is not over. I still have so much to learn about myself. But I cannot wait to start the next chapter of my life, continuing to take the steps to force myself to try new things and see where it leads me. Now that you've heard my story, I challenge each and every one of my classmates to break down the walls of the box that you feel is holding you back. Whether the barrier be large or small, break it down with everything you have, because the rewards on the other side are so worth it. The class of 2020 is strong. I believe that we can do anything we set our minds to, including staying true to ourselves. Class of 2020, find your spark. You won't regret it. These last few months, many of us have been focused on what we have missed, but I have also had the opportunity these last few weeks to realize that graduating is not just about our senior year. It's about all the memories, accomplishments, and failures that have led up to this year. If anything, our experiences these last few months have made us stronger. This is the time not to focus on what we have missed, but to think about what we have learned about ourselves and how we want to move forward into the next chapter of our lives. I want to move into the next chapter, continuing to value the importance of kindness. So many people have shown me the impact that kindness can have over the years. Very simply, kindness is defined as the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate. But more importantly, kindness often requires courage and strength. I would like to thank my grandparents for being role models of pure kindness, courage, and strength. To quote Amelia Earhart, "A single act of kindness throws out roots in all directions, and the roots spring up and make new trees." When I think back to my campaign from 8th grade, the focus of my speech was to promote kindness. I had the idea to create a kindness tree that would showcase random acts of kindness in our school. I guess even back then, I already started to figure out what I valued the most. Class of 2020, what do you value? Another childhood artifact that I found recently was an alphabet booklet that I made in preschool. On each page, there was one letter, and we colored a picture of something that started with that letter. For example, for the letter A, we colored an apple, and for the letter B, we colored a baseball bat. As I went through the book, I realized we have come so far from this basic developmental skill of learning the alphabet. We build on our knowledge of the alphabet by then writing words, then sentences, and then paragraphs like the My Hero Is essay that I mentioned earlier. I still think that we can continue to learn from this basic skill as we move on to our next adventures. And I hope my version of the alphabet will inspire each of you as you navigate through your lives. A. Accept others for their differences. B. Believe in yourself. C. Have the courage to be imperfect. D. Be determined when going after what is important to you. E. Extend a hand to help others. F. Family is life's greatest blessing. G. Be grateful for what you have. H. Be honest with yourself. I. Ignite a positive spark for change. J. Choose joy. K. Kindness always wins. L. Loyalty is rare. If you find it, keep it. M. Make memories with the ones you love. N. Never give up. O. Optimism is the key to success. P. Progress, not perfection. Q. The class of 2020, the year of the quarantine. That just had to be said. R. Respect is a two-way street. S. Strength grows when you think you can't go on. T. Take the time to strengthen relationships. U. Be unique. V. It's not hard to make decisions when you know what your values are. W. Always be the hardest worker in the room. X. Excel a little extra every day. Y. Be yourself no matter what they say. And Z. Be kind even via Zoom. A lot of you might remember me by the girl that never said much, but I hope that you also remember me by my efforts to always act with kindness. I hope that I can be a role model to my younger sister and to others. Class of 2020, how do you want to be remembered? Cherish the simple things, whether it be an alphabet book from your childhood, an essay about your hero, or the silly campaign speech from middle school. They are the things that we have learned from and will take with us as we move on. Use these things to figure out who you want to become, what is important to you, what sparks your positive change, the values you want to live by, and how you want to be remembered. We are the class of 2020, the class that graduated through a quarantine, a time that has brought out numerous acts of kindness. We are the class of 2020 that needs to continue with kindness beyond the quarantine. If you can be anything, be kind. I wish you all the very best. Thank you.
I would like to introduce Paige Elizabeth Marshellick, class salutatorian.
First, I would like to congratulate the class of 2020. I know that this isn't our ideal graduation, the one that we've been looking forward to for the last 13 years, but I want to thank the Bentworth School District, especially Mr. Martin and Mr. Marvin, for doing their best to make this day special for all of us. Considering the situation we are all in, I've had a lot of time to reflect on my high school experience, what I have learned in the past 13 years, but most importantly, the memories I have made. While high school should be all about what we have learned, to most of us, it is the memories we have made that will carry it with us throughout our lives. Most of you probably know me as the girl who plays soccer, which is a pretty accurate characterization of me. I have played soccer all 4 years and was captain for 2 of those years. Soccer has been a big part of my identity and has been my support system in high school since freshman year. Throughout my career, I've created an abundance of memories with my teammates, such as going to soccer camp every summer, being a finalist in the Whippeal Championship game at Highmark Stadium, being a 3-time section champion, and having team breakfast after the last day of 6 a.m. practices. I've received so much love and support from these girls within the 4 years, especially when I tore my ACL, that I miss immensely and will be forever grateful for. Another reason soccer has made my Bentworth experience so memorable and has helped me through high school is because of all the love and support I've experienced from my coach Tyler Hamstra, my family, my friends, and the community. Their support was endless, and they were all the best soccer fans around. Second, I would like to thank my friends, specifically Lindsay Davis, Haley Lusk, Caroline Rice, and Taylor and Alexa Leonetti. Lindsay Davis has been my best friend since first grade. We both had Mrs. Radis that year. We immediately gravitated to each other and have been inseparable since. She has always been my rock, my go-to, and the person I've made the most amazing memories with. Haley and I became friends in second grade. I remember the day that she moved into the district and was seated next to Lindsay and me in class. Ever since that moment, we all just became friends. The 3 of us have always done everything together. As Mr. Moe always says, when you see one of us, the other 2 are not too far behind. Caroline and I have also been friends since first grade. Throughout our friendship, we have been through a lot together. From her trying to get me to play basketball junior year, to going on Sheets runs at midnight. It's always been a roller coaster with her, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. She's my most spontaneous friend and has been since the beginning. Taylor and Alexa are my newest and youngest best friends. These twins have made such a positive impact on my life. We have listened to each other's rants, given endless amounts of advice, and have made tons of memories in the short time we have known each other. When they were coming up to high school, I had no idea we were going to get along that well. Little did I know we were going to become best friends. Finally, I would like to thank Gavin, who has kept a smile on my face, has pushed me to be my best self, and has gotten me through these last 3 months of school. I would like to thank all of you for being in my life and making my high school experience so memorable. I wouldn't have survived without you. Next, I would like to thank the teachers for educating me, believing in me, and guiding me in school and in life. All of my teachers from elementary school to high school have impacted my life substantially. I know I speak for all of my peers when I say this. Thank you. At least one of you has impacted a student in a life-changing way, and we are beyond grateful for what you have done for us. We all have those teachers who we can think back and will remember and cherish because of the memorable moments, like Mr. Colbert cutting his hair at a pep rally, the time some of the teachers formed a volleyball team and competed in the volleyball tournament, or when Mrs. Laszlo plays the ancient videos in chemistry. But for me, mine are most notably Dr. Rochelle and all of our fiestas, fun times, and my love for Spanish, Mrs. Merrill for being there to help me and so many others, but especially when I had my concussion and my crazy drama during sophomore year, Mrs. Vasco for inspiring me to love skiing and to investigate and pursue the field of science and medicine, and finally to Mrs. Radis, who instilled the love of school that I've had ever since first grade. Each one has impacted my life in every aspect. Thank you for everything that you do for us. Finally, I would like to thank my family for always pushing me to strive to do my best, whether it was for school, soccer, or being a leader. Looking back, I especially appreciate my mom for being extra tough on me about my schoolwork, even when I didn't really want to do it. Without my parents' constant encouragement and keeping me on track, I wouldn't be where I am today. They cheered me on in every soccer game and were great role models for me. Thank you guys for being the biggest inspirations in my life. Recollecting all of my memories has made me realize how fast it really goes. To any underclassmen, make the most of it. Capitalize on all the chances that you're given and focus on the good things. Join a club, a sport, the band. Be a part of any activity that you can. Participate in pep rallies and school spirit days. Make the most of being a Bearcat. You will carry these memories forever. To my peers, the great class of 2020, I'm gonna miss making memories with you. The field days in elementary school, the Olympic game day in 6th grade, playing charades and Pictionary in middle school art classes, and all the pep rallies we dominated this year, especially the Hawaiian-themed one. I wish you the best of luck in all of your endeavors. Whether you're going to a college, a trade school, the workforce, or into the military, I hope you achieve every goal you have set for yourself. The teachers, staff, and administration at Bentworth has given us the tools and the support to succeed and be great in life. So go and be great. It has been an absolute pleasure getting to know each and one of you throughout my 13 years here, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Thank you.
I would like to introduce Lindsay Nicole Davis, class valedictorian.
Friends, families, and fellow classmates, welcome to this very special graduation. Firstly, I would like to thank Mr. Martin, Mr. Lamé, Mr. Marvin, Mrs. Fogg, Mrs. Dacko, and all of the Bentworth administration for making this possible. They put lots of time and energy into making sure that we, the class of 2020, still get to celebrate our success. We may not be sitting in the gym together, but we still have something to remember. I'm sure no one expected to commence at a baseball field one at a time, but thanks to the gracious efforts of many, we were able to experience something as close to a normal graduation as possible. As you're sitting on the couch with your families, I would like to take a second to congratulate all of us on our hard work we put in to receive our diplomas. At times, school, sports, extracurricular clubs, and jobs may have seemed as too much, but we survived. Also, take the time to say thank you to your loved ones who have supported and helped us along the way. We would not have made it here without you. Although our senior year was cut short, we still made the best of it. We may have lost a few final memories, but this should not shadow all of our previous years of being together. So as we leave each other and begin our new lives, I would like to reflect on the years we have spent together. Fun Day was the highlight of elementary school every year. Designing our homeroom's t-shirts and spending the day outside with Mr. Scorza ruling each game. Our only worry was who could win the most events and have bragging rights for the rest of the week. Then, in middle school, Mr. Skirbitz or Skirbs would have us battle it out every week on the basketball court playing kickball. In 8th grade, we all felt the stress of Mr. Smith's bottle rockets and paper airplanes. And we definitely cannot forget about one of the most famous groups from middle school, the Goon Squad. No matter what time, we could always drive through Bentleyville and see them on their bikes. Then we started high school as nervous freshmen. New walls, new teachers, but same class of 2020. We quickly learned the difference from the right side of the hallway and the left and clung to each other as we found where each class was. Then, in a blink of an eye, we were juniors driving to school. By the end of each day, we were all excited to rush out of the parking lot, but Mr. Marvin always made sure no one left until he directed them. Trying to squeeze in front of your friends to leave a few minutes early was never an option. Also, not to brag, but I had the best locker neighbor possible. Every morning, Jada was there with a smile and always listened to me when I complained about how hard it was to get out of bed that morning. Our class has had much success in many areas. In the musical, we always had lead roles and important supporting parts in The Wizard of Oz, Cinderella, Mary Poppins, and Shrek. Academic League, aka Andrew, won many trophies by beating other schools with his endless knowledge of random facts. Ask him anything and I bet he knows the answer. The band has had many successful trips to showcase their hard work throughout the years. Many of our classmates are talented artists who show their artwork throughout the school and made the hallways more intriguing. Many sports teams qualified for the playoffs many times and set records that will take years to break. We started our school's first student section. The jungle was small, but mighty in cheering on our athletes, especially Noah, who always made sure that he was supporting our teams, even while getting yelled at by Mr. Malecki to sit down and be quiet. These are all memories that we will cherish forever, and we could not have a better group of classmates to make them with. I never realized how truly special it was to become a Bearcat until the hard times hit. Growing up in Bentworth prepares you for the future, but it also gives you a place to call home. In the past few months, everyone's lives were turned upside down, but this was when our community grew stronger. Everyone has worked together to help their neighbors and support our class. Thank you to the teachers who delivered the signs to our yards and to everyone who adopted a senior. These may seem like minor details to some, but when almost half of our senior year is put to a stop, these gifts show that we are still cared for and it means the world to us. I am proud to say that I'm graduating with the class of 2020. While handling all of the confusing times that come with high school and deciding what to do with the rest of our lives, we dealt with a pandemic. If we can survive this, we can survive anything. We're all going in different directions, and no matter where life takes us in the future, just remember, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think.
I would like to introduce Hannah Maureen Roberts, Senior Class President.
Many months ago, when I was planning this speech, I without a doubt thought that I would start it by saying, "Hi, I'd like to welcome and thank everyone for being here today." But due to recent events, that just doesn't sound right since I'm in a room recording this. Nonetheless, what I'm about to say has not changed in the slightest. I am beyond thankful to be able to represent my class, and I hope that they can enjoy this speech. I'd like to first start by thanking all of the teachers, administrators, guidance counselors, and everyone else who works in the building every single day to make the school days go by. If it were not for each and every one of you, we would not be where we are today, literally. You are the people who push us every day to be the best we can be. When we didn't feel like turning in work or sometimes even showing up, all of you were there to give us the push we needed to succeed, even if we didn't always want that push. Throughout all of my years of schooling, the help, advice, and care that I have received could not have been any better. I knew that every day, no matter what time of day it was or what chaos was happening, if I needed something, someone was there to get me on my feet and give me the advice and support I needed to get through the rest of the day. I truly appreciate everything that has been done for me throughout my schooling at Bentworth. You all truly made my experience here enjoyable. Sadly, our time together has come to an end, and I will miss you all very much. I will take the lessons I've learned and the help I've received with me in all the new beginnings of my life. You all have had a drastic impact on my life, and I am thankful for this. I would now like to take a moment and thank all of the families, friends, and other supporters who have guided us throughout this journey. You have been our rock since the day we were born. You've raised us, guided us, and provided us with the essentials we needed to become the people we are today. There are many times where we've needed advice or we're being hard on ourselves, and you were and still are the people who step in when we need you the most. There were also many times where we needed life lessons, but didn't quite want to hear them, but needed to so we could become the people we are today. You do the fun yet challenging job of taking care of us day after day, and without you, things would not be the same. All of you have given us the care, love, and discipline we've needed, and that is something we can never forget. You give us inspiration to make every day count. I am so grateful for all the people who love and support me every single day. I don't know what I would do without you, and this thank you isn't big enough to compare to what you've done for me. Last, but certainly not least, I'd like to thank the class of 2020 for the impact you've had on my life. When I moved here in 3rd grade, I couldn't have picked a better class to be a part of. Sure, we've all had our moments of dislike for each other, but no matter what, when things were important, we always came together as a class to do what needed to be done, and for that, I am so thankful. Each and every one of you has made an impact in my life, and I will remember and cherish our memories throughout my life. We've left our mark on Bentworth, and it's now time to continue our journeys into adulthood. This journey will present you with new experiences, challenges, and fun. Enjoy this next step in your lives. I hope you all continue to grow, learn, and take chances in this exciting time of our lives. With that being said, I'd like to wish you the best of luck in all your future endeavors. I know you all will accomplish great things. I hope your lives are full of happiness and success. Thank you for everything that's happened over the course of our schooling. I truly appreciate you all. Good luck and congratulations. Thank you.
Tonight, I am proud to announce that 86 members of the class of 2020 have successfully completed the course of study prescribed by the Department of Education of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the Bentworth School District. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and administration, at this time, I present to you Mr. Scott Martin, the Superintendent of Schools, the class of 2020. Whose names appear on the commencement program for reception of their high school diploma.
Thank you, Mr. Marvin. On behalf of the Bentworth School District Board of Directors, I accept and congratulate the class of 2020 for completing all the requirements of the district and the Pennsylvania Department of Education. Let's give them a round of applause for this achievement. Years ago, I began a tradition here. A tradition of recognizing and honoring those that have willingly given of themselves so that we may be here today. I would like to again today, and hopefully for many years to come, recognize the students in the graduating class that have chose to give of themselves and join our armed services. Graduates, I'd like for you to look to the sky. There you will see the sun, and at night you will of course see the moon. For those of you freely giving of yourselves, I want you to understand that as a member of the armed services, no matter where you are in this big world, no matter how dark of a place you may serve, that when you look to the sky, you will know the same sun you see now, the same moon you see in the night sky, is the same one over your family and friends. Because of this commonality, you will never, ever stand alone. We thank you and the veterans that have come before you for protecting our right to be here today. 2020 graduates, for all the loved ones with you as you celebrate this milestone, 2001 was a remarkable year. This was the year most of you were born. You came into the world, and the lives of the special people surrounding you today were forever changed. Even though your birth was a highlight of your family's lives, another event occurred on September 11th, 2001 that also changed their lives and the world as we knew it. On 9/11, America was shaken to its core, an event that forever changed how the world would conduct business, travel, provide security, and share information. Unfortunately, the greatest challenge facing us after 9/11 was not what we could see, but rather the fear of the unknown. This fear of the unknown stopped communities in their tracks. Parents raced to the schools to gather their children. gas prices shot up $3 overnight. Communities that never locked their doors now lock them. Not because they were necessarily in danger, but because of the fear of the unknown. Fortunately for us, this behavior lasted for but a moment. Once we were able to focus, once we had a common direction, that tragic event also served to bring a nation together. During the days that followed, the strength of our nation shone through. Flags were flown, families came together, and the communities rallied around those that experienced loss. I share this information not to demonstrate that your life has been filled with tragedy, but to demonstrate that you have endured. You have known no difference during your life. Color-coded security warnings, the creation of Homeland Security, security when flying, security when you enter a courthouse. You have known no difference. However, those adults sitting with you tonight could share the differences from the time prior to 9/11 and now. Was it better before, or was it just different? But for you, this has been your normal. This has been the only way you have known. You have endured without knowing what was missed. During the past 3 months, our nation has again asked you to endure. Actually, the class of 2020 has been forced to grow up and take on responsibilities faster than any other graduating class. You are the leaders as our world again changes. You were all babies in 2001, unaware of your surroundings. However, today you will take a major role in what will be. No matter what comes next in your life, know that you are the new pioneers. Whether you are headed to basic training after graduation, leaving home for college in the fall, or stepping out into the workforce, you will be setting the examples for the new normal that others will look to for direction. For this, I want to thank you, the class of 2020. You and your families have been asked to sacrifice a typical graduation to protect our elderly and medically fragile. But during this time, you, me, we have all experienced growth that without this experience we would have never known. Families have been able to have family dinners together. There have been family game nights. Siblings have hung out more. Children have created cardboard castles, gone on walks with family members. Children have had phone conversations with grandparents, gathered with neighbors, all while social distancing, of course. And the communication between the Bentworth School District and your families have exceeded any other time in history. Well, you may not like that last one. But I want you to know your sacrifice and that of your families has not gone unnoticed. For this, I want to thank you, the class of 2020. I believe what you have endured can be used to make you stronger. To begin, it has taught us that there are things in our lives that are simply out of our control. This is an important lesson to learn sooner rather than later. But we all make a choice each and every day to build or tear down those around us. This choice is firmly in your control. I know you will use this situation as a learning experience. Take advantage of this opportunity to practice empathy. Be creative in reaching out to others, in supporting those that have experienced loss. You are creative and innovative, and I am confident that you can use this experience to become a stronger individual, a stronger son, a stronger daughter, a stronger friend, and yes, even a stronger future student or employee. And when the time comes for you to start a family, you can use this experience to help guide your children so they may find the silver lining in any difficult situation and know that different is not necessarily bad. For this, I want to thank you, the class of 2020. I want to share a short story with you that I've shared on several occasions, but today I have adapted it from speaking about raising a child to our current situation. The title of the original story is Welcome to Holland by Emily Pearl Kingsley. I am often asked to describe the experience of graduating during a pandemic, to try to help who have not shared our unique experience to understand it, to imagine what type of experience it would be. Well, it's like this. When you're going to have a typical graduation, it's like planning a fabulous vacation to Italy. You buy a bunch of guidebooks and make your wonderful plans. The Colosseum, the Michelangelo David, the gondolas in Venice. You may learn some handy phrases in Italian. It's all very exciting. After years of anticipation, the day finally arrives. You pack your bags and off you go. Several hours later, the plane lands. The stewardess comes in and says, "Welcome to Holland." Holland, you say? What do you mean Holland? I signed up for Italy. I'm supposed to be in Italy. All of my life, I've dreamed of going to Italy. My parents and siblings have all gone to Italy. But there's been a change in the flight plan. They've landed in Holland, and there you must stay. The important thing is that they haven't taken you to a horrible, disgusting, filthy place full of pestilence, famine, and disease. It's just a different place. So now you must go out and buy new guidebooks. You must learn a new language, or in our situation, how to learn in a remote setting. And you will get to know people in a whole new way that you would have never done before. You see, Holland is just a different place. It may look different than Italy, but after you've been there a while, you catch your breath, you look around, and you begin to notice that Holland has windmills, and Holland has tulips, and Holland has Rembrandts. But everyone you know is busy going to and from Italy, talking about their graduation and bragging about what a wonderful time they had. And for the rest of your life, you will say, yes, that's where I was supposed to go. That's what I had planned. And the pain of that will never, ever go away, because the loss of that dream is very, very significant loss. But if you spend your life mourning the fact that you didn't get to go to Italy or have a typical graduation, you may never be free to enjoy the very special, the very lovely things about Holland. Graduates, commencement is about ending one phase of your life and beginning another. If you constantly focus on the things that you don't have, that have changed, you will miss out on all the blessings that come into your lives on a daily basis. And yes, even during a pandemic. In closing, class of 2020, no matter where your life leads, during the ups and downs, in the midst of life's changing events, or during the grind of everyday life, remember, you are the new pioneers of this changing world. Be sure to count your blessings, continue to learn, and grow with each life experience. Now go out into the world, cut your own path, and know that your graduation was like any other. Thank you.
Will the Bentworth High School class of 2020 please come forward? Joshua Ambrose. Kevin Lee Anderson, Jr. Michaela Ray Ayers. Jagger Storm Baltich. Colton Barnhart. Kevin Booth. Brendan J. Boyce. Alexander David Bryce. Cassidy Brightwell. Ross Jacob Villar. Rebecca May Carrio. Isaac Edward Clutter. Hallie Page Cole. Cody Dawn Cole. Jada Marie Davenport. Lindsay Nicole Davis. Taylor Elizabeth DeRosa. Zachary Shane Dietrich. Everett Lincoln Douglas. Cameron James Doyle. Sean Michael Zach. Dylan Sean Farkas. Braden Sean Michael Ferraccio. Sarah Elizabeth Fitch. Alexander Freka. John Nathan Garon. Antonia Giacalone. Brian Lee Griffith. Taylor Lorraine Griffith. Dalton Lee Harvey. Jason Hilberry Jr. Madison Jane Hillman. Samantha Krista Hyman. Guinevere Sky Hixenbaugh. Jacob Holmes. Nadine Marie Horvath. Brian Fred Pasteva Jr. Leighton Scott Pasteva. Cameron Charles Jones. Noah Elias Kellerman. Dakota James Kissaday. Andrew Michael Klepai. Tanner Lucas Knox. Haley Ann Lusk. Lacey Marie Malarkey. Paige Elizabeth Marshallin. Isabella McElhaney. Luke David Melville. Thomas Adam Mahalson. Ryan Sean Miller. Tyler James Nash. Lauren Monica Navrat. Autumn Rose Nieves. Jenna Nicole Patras. Marissa Caitlin Peternell. Braden Allen Pike. Austin James Pastilli. Carly Abigail Pollock. Cameron Joseph Pushkari. Austin Andrew Rhodes. Caroline Renee Rice. Enrique Rios Lopez. Evie K. Ritter. Hannah Maureen Roberts. Trevor Michael Roberts. Gabriella Marie Rockwell. Osti Marisa Russell. Rory Margaret Schreiber. Julia Gabrielle Say. Zaylee Patricia Skolyak. Shelby Sky Smith. Sage Elise Sneak. Emily Josephine Snyder. Haley Nicole Taylor. Jocelyn Elizabeth Timlin. Nathaniel James Valente. Amelia Rose Vandergraaf. Maria Ann Vito. Caleb Colton Watkins. Karina Ann Wilson. Allison Grace Wise. Marissa May Woodhouse. Henry Parkinson Wright. Michael Thomas Yankowski. To signify your graduation from Bentworth High School, you may now move your tassels from the right to the left. I would like to introduce Michaela Ray Ayers, Senior Class Vice President.
Please join in the singing of the Bentworth High School alma mater as printed in your programs.
I can see the panic in your eyes, and I know you can see it in mine. We've been through some crazy things before, but nothing like this. You know I've always got a lot to say, but this has left me nothing but afraid. And I've got one thing I'm holding on to, and it's your hand. 'Cause I believe together we'll get through this. Together, no matter what it is. There's no valley too deep, no river too wide, no mountain too steep. We can climb together, we got all we need. Together, just watch and see. know it's hard to fight an enemy when the sky is too dark to see. And we can't even start to believe we're fighting with each other.
But if we really look deep enough, I believe we can find the love. And when this storm is finally past, we'll see that all we have
is what we have. Together we'll get through this. Together, no matter what it is. There's no valley too deep, no river too wide, no mountain too steep that we can't climb. Together we got all we need. Together, just watch and see. We're gonna make it come what may. Nothing can break us if we stay together. Get to the other side. We stay together. We're gonna get to the other side. You and I, we'll look back from the other side, knowing we made it together. We're gonna get to the other side. You and I, we'll look back from the other side, knowing we made it together. We're gonna get through this together, no matter what it is. There's no valley too deep, no river too wide, no mountain too steep. We can climb together. We got all we need.
please join in the singing of the Bentworth alma mater. Nope. Will the audience please be what the heck?
I, without a doubt. Good thing this can be edited out.
You can like edit that out, please.
I hope you achieve every goal. I'm done. All right.
Our class has always had success. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh.
Where's it at? Oh,
That was a total.
Yeah. Yeah. Turn it over to the other side.
Where's it even at?
Oh, now came on.